Intro teaser, the ant's secret. Before the rains fall, the ant is already moving. Before the hunger season arrives, it has stored enough. No noise. No rush. Just quiet, steady preparation. What if that same wisdom could transform your financial life? In this episode of Thaddy's Wealth Journey, discover how one of the smallest creatures on Earth holds the greatest secret to lasting wealth, and how you can use it to build your own unshakable financial future. The Ant Philosophy of Wealth. Part 1A, The Seasons of Wealth. There's a quiet rhythm to life that most people never notice until it's too late. Every creature, every plant, every man lives by the same law, the law of seasons. There's a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time of warmth and a time of cold, a time of abundance and a time of need. When the ancient writer of Proverbs told mankind to go to the ant and be wise, he wasn't just talking about hard work. He was speaking of something deeper, a mindset, a way of seeing the world through the eyes of preparation and foresight. The ant, small as it is, has mastered the economy of nature. It understands that plenty is not permanent, that abundance, no matter how rich, is only a season. The seasons of wealth. Every human being experiences financial seasons. There are days when money flows, work is steady, and opportunities are plenty. We feel secure, even powerful. This is what we call the season of harvest. But then, there are times when things tighten. Jobs are lost. Markets fall. Unexpected expenses arise. This is the season of scarcity. The wise man learns to prepare for both, because both are certain. He who gathers in summer is a wise son, but he who sleeps in harvest is a son who causes shame. Proverbs 10 verse 5. Most people, however, live as if the harvest will never end. A new job comes, and they upgrade their lifestyle. A raise comes, and they add new expenses. Money grows, and so do their wants. They forget that just as day turns to night, seasons of comfort can turn to seasons of need. According to the World Bank, 2023, nearly 60% of adults in low- and middle-income nations have no financial safety net. Even in high-income countries, like the United States, over 40% of citizens report living paycheck to paycheck. This isn't just about income. It's about preparation. Because what determines financial survival isn't what you earn. It's what you keep when the rain falls. Think about the ant. It doesn't gather because it fears hunger. It gathers because it understands the rhythm of the earth. There's wisdom in the mundane, in the simple act of saving while others are spending. The ant never wastes its summer. And in the same way, your financial summer, those moments of flow, opportunity, or employment, must not be wasted on indulgence. That is the time to build, to save, to plan, to prepare. The law of financial seasons. Wealth follows nature's law of timing. If you plant nothing during the season of opportunity, you will have nothing to harvest when challenges come. This principle repeats across every aspect of life. In business, smart owners build reserves during good years to survive lean years. In career, professionals invest in learning during stable times, so they remain valuable when industries shift. In families, parents who save and ensure today shield their children from tomorrow's uncertainties. Do not wait for extraordinary opportunities. Seize common occasions and make them great. Orison Swett Martin. Let's pause and reflect. What is your current season? Are you in a period of plenty, where money flows easily? Then this is your moment to act like the ant. Store up wisdom. Save diligently. Invest prudently. Or are you in a dry season, struggling, uncertain, trying to recover? Then your focus should be on building the mindset of the ant. Because once the next season of plenty comes, and it will, you'll be ready to build what lasts. Why most people fail the test of seasons? The truth is, humans have something the ant does not: emotion. And emotion, when uncontrolled, blinds foresight. When times are good, we feel invincible. We think the money will always come. When times are bad, we panic and lose faith. But the wise person, like the ant, detaches from emotion. He acts not out of fear or excitement, but from understanding. Consider this. If you save 10,000 Nigerian nairas, or $10 weekly, for just 5 years, you'll have over 2.6 million Nigerian nairas, or $2,600, without interest. Add a modest 6% annual return, and that becomes over 3.2 million Nigerian nairas, or $3,400. Not because of luck, but because of consistency, the quiet discipline that ants live by. Wealth is not gained by speed, but by steadiness. Financial growth is not about sudden breakthroughs, it's about seasonal understanding. Those who prepare quietly during plenty often look lucky during scarcity. But it's not luck, it's foresight. Reflection segment. So ask yourself today, am I using my summer wisely? Am I setting aside something for the drought that will surely come? Am I thinking like an ant, or living like a grasshopper, celebrating while the field dries? Every wise builder knows the time to prepare for rain is while the sun still shines. Part 1b. The power of foresight. Foresight is the quiet superpower of every lasting success story. It doesn't shout. It doesn't rush. It simply sees tomorrow while everyone else is staring at today. When you study the ant, you notice it never waits for scarcity before acting. It moves before the crisis. That is the art of foresight, to plan, to anticipate, to prepare before pressure comes. 1. The principle of anticipation. Every great investor, every visionary builder, every thriving family has one habit in common. They think ahead. They don't react, they prepare. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Malcolm X. Financial foresight is the habit of seeing beyond the moment. It means asking questions like, what will my finances look like 5 years from now? If I lose my income tomorrow, how long can I survive? What seeds can I plant today that will feed me later? According to the OECD Financial Resilience Report, 2024, individuals who practice forward budgeting and maintain even a small emergency fund are 3 times more likely to recover from income shocks than those who don't. That's the power of looking ahead. 2. The blueprint mindset. You can't build a strong house without a blueprint. The same applies to wealth. Before any structure stands, there's a design, lines, measurements, planning. But most people build their financial lives without one. They spend, save, or invest based on mood, not plan. The ant has a plan coded in its nature. Every grain it gathers is part of a larger system. Every movement has purpose. To live by the ant philosophy, you need what I call a financial blueprint mindset, a simple framework that guides your decisions. It could look like this: 10% to charity or giving. To keep your heart generous, 20% to savings and emergency funds. To guard your future, 10% to investment. To make your money work, 60% for living expenses. To meet your needs without excess. Do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Warren Buffett. The power isn't in the numbers, it's in the discipline. By following a consistent structure, you train your mind to think in seasons, not seconds. 3. Foresight and delayed gratification. We live in a world that worships speed, fast food, fast internet, fast profits. But true wealth is a slow harvest. Foresight requires patience. It demands that you say no to certain comforts today, so you can say yes to freedom tomorrow. He who buys what he does not need steals from himself. Swedish proverb. This is where most people stumble. They mistake momentary pleasure for success. A new phone, a luxury outfit, a fleeting trip, but no investment, no savings, no plan. And when the dry season comes, the regret is heavy. But the ant reminds us that there is joy in preparation, because while others panic in scarcity, those who planned quietly thrive in peace. A calm spirit is the fruit of foresight. When you know you have built a cushion, every storm feels smaller. 4. Stories from real life. Let's look at 2 examples, one ancient, one modern. Joseph of Egypt. In Genesis 41, Joseph interprets Pharaoh's dream. 7 years of plenty, followed by 7 years of famine. His advice? Store 1/5 of the grain during the good years. When famine came, Egypt had enough, and even prospered by helping others. That story is over 3,000 years old, yet it mirrors modern economics. Save 20% during plenty, and you'll weather almost any financial drought. The modern saver. In 2020, during the global pandemic, millions lost their jobs. But data from Fidelity Investments showed that people with at least 6 months of emergency savings recovered 50% faster financially than those without. Those who saved became stable. Those who foresaw became free. 5. Foresight is a form of peace. Money is not just a tool, it's emotional energy. When it's scarce, stress rises. When it's planned, peace grows. Ants do not gather only to eat. They gather to rest. They gather so they can live without panic when the world goes silent. In the same way, foresight gives you mental peace. It frees you from the anxiety of tomorrow because you have already met tomorrow halfway. Preparation is the cure for panic. Anonymous. 6. Practical ways to practice foresight. Automate your savings. Make it invisible. Money that never even tempts you to spend. Invest in knowledge. The best protection against poverty is understanding how money works. Diversify your streams. Ants gather from different sources. Learn to do the same. Keep a humble lifestyle. Wealth whispers. Pride spends loudly. Plan quarterly reviews. Every 3 months, ask, am I still living by the ant's wisdom? Foresight isn't about hoarding, it's about harmony. It's knowing that every season has meaning. Every effort has consequence. 7. The ant's legacy. Think about it. The ant is one of the tiniest creatures, yet it's a symbol of wisdom across religions, science, and literature. Why? Because it teaches endurance, cooperation, and vision. Biologists note that an ant colony can survive for decades, some up to 30 years, because of its ability to plan collectively and adapt. That is foresight in motion. If nature's smallest workers can plan so well, how much more should we? 8. Closing reflection. So ask yourself, what will the next season bring, and what will I have waiting for it? Because whether you are a student, a worker, or a business owner, the truth remains. The future always rewards those who prepared for it. When you think like an ant, you stop reacting to life. You begin shaping it. Your mindset shifts from, I hope things get better, to, I'm building for what's next. And that shift, that quiet, steady foresight, is the real beginning of financial freedom. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Chinese proverb. Part 2a. The habits that build an ant-like financial mindset. In the first part of our journey, we watched the ant, small, patient, and quietly powerful, move through seasons with purpose. Now we ask, what daily habits make such quiet greatness possible? Here are 6 foundational habits, each one a mindset that strengthens your financial foundation. Habit 1. Save first, spend later. The ant doesn't gather out of excitement, it gathers out of instinct. Likewise, a financially wise person saves before they spend. When income comes, most people think, what can I buy? The ant-minded person asks, what can I keep? According to a 2024 Fidelity report, over 67% of people who automate savings reach their goals faster than those who rely on discipline alone. Automation makes consistency effortless. Create 2 simple rules. Set a fixed percentage, no matter how small, into savings as soon as you're paid. Treat savings as a bill you must pay. As Warren Buffett once said, do not save what is left after spending, but spend what is left after saving. Habit 2. Budget with vision, not fear. Budgeting shouldn't feel like punishment, it's direction. Fearful budgeting cuts everything. Visionary budgeting prioritizes purpose. Ants store grains according to need, some for food, others for larvae. Likewise, you should know why every naira or dollar moves. Break your income into essentials, 50%, food, rent, transport, future, 20%, savings, investments, education, freedom, 20%, passion, skill, growth, giving, 10%. Generosity fuels gratitude. People who budget with a vision experience 35% less financial stress, according to a 2023 Harvard survey. Budgeting, then, isn't about cutting joy, it's about allocating meaning. Habit 3. Live below the line of noise. The ant doesn't compare its pile of food with others. Comparison is the thief of contentment, and contentment is the seed of wealth. Many fall into the trap of social spending, buying not because they need, but because they want to be seen. A recent Statista study shows 60% of millennials admit to overspending due to social pressure online. To live below the line of noise means to ask, does this purchase serve my purpose or my pride? Financial peace begins where comparison ends. Remember, you can't build a quiet fortune in a loud mind. Habit 4. Invest in seeds, not shiny objects. The ant doesn't eat every grain. It stores some for growth. Likewise, wealth isn't built from sudden windfalls. It grows from patient, compounding seeds. Compound interest, Albert Einstein once called the eighth wonder of the world. Let's see why. If you invest just $100 monthly at 8% annual return, in 20 years, you'll have over $58,000, though you only contributed $24,000. That's not magic. That's patience multiplied by time. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Chinese proverb. Learn. Start small. Reinvest gains. Avoid hype. Trust principles. Because even a small seed, tended consistently, outlives flashy luck. Habit 5. Diversify your effort. In the colony, ants divide labor. Some build tunnels, others forage. No one depends on a single food source. In your life, this means multiple streams of value, not just income. A second skill, an online service, a simple side business, all form protection against economic storms. According to a 2024 LinkedIn job survey, individuals with 2 or more professional skill sets are 48% more financially resilient during layoffs. Don't chase everything. Choose 2 skills that harmonize, like writing and marketing, design and printing, teaching and tutoring. Diversification doesn't mean chaos. It means strategic spreading. Habit 6. Protect what you build. Ants guard their colonies fiercely. What's the use of gathering if one careless moment destroys it? Financial protection comes through insurance, emergency funds, and security of information. Save at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses for emergencies. Ensure what would cost too much to replace. Health, property, business. Avoid sharing bank details or PINs. Cyber fraud losses surpassed $12 billion globally in 2023, according to the FBI Internet Crime Report. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Robert Kiyosaki. Safety isn't fear, it's stewardship. These first 6 habits form the inner shell of financial character, the disciplined rhythm of the ant. They teach preservation and prudence, the art of staying grounded even in prosperity. But there's more. In the next section, Part 2b, we'll explore 6 deeper habits: generosity, self-investment, delayed gratification, patience, community, and reflection, the hard habits that turn stability into legacy. Part 2b, the hard habits, turning stability into legacy. In the first half of this journey, we learned the structural habits that protect and preserve wealth: saving, budgeting, investing, diversifying, and guarding what we build. Now let's go deeper into the hard habits, the quiet virtues that make prosperity meaningful. Because true wealth isn't just how much you have, it's how wisely you live. Habit 7. Practice delayed gratification. The ant never consumes what it finds immediately. It stores, waits, and returns later. Modern culture tells us to treat ourselves now. But financial maturity whispers, not yet. A Stanford University study on delayed gratification, the famous marshmallow experiment, found that children who resisted immediate rewards grew up to earn higher incomes and have better life satisfaction decades later. The principle is simple but profound. When you delay pleasure today, you multiply options tomorrow. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. Abraham Lincoln. Each time you resist an impulse buy, you strengthen your wealth muscle. The ant reminds us, patience always pays with interest. Habit 8. Invest in yourself first. Before the ant colony grows, each worker must grow stronger. You are your first investment. In a fast-changing world, the skill that keeps you fed isn't static, it evolves. According to the World Economic Forum's 2025 report, 44% of core job skills will change within 5 years. That means, if you stop learning, you start sinking. Enroll in that course. Learn digital literacy. Study marketing, finance, communication. Even one new skill can open an entire stream of income. Formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. Jim Rohn. The ant never waits for external rescue, it acts. So should you. Habit 9. Give, even when you have little. This may sound paradoxical, but generosity multiplies what you keep. Ants share resources within their colony. Survival is collective. In life, the more we help others rise, the stronger our own network becomes. A 2023 study by the University of Zurich found that people who give regularly experience greater long-term happiness and lower financial anxiety than those who don't. Giving reshapes your relationship with money, from scarcity to stewardship. It says, I have enough to bless others. No one has ever become poor by giving. And Frank, start small, a gift, a meal, a lesson shared. Generosity fertilizes abundance. Habit 10. Build financial patience. The ant builds slowly, layer by layer, without visible results at first. In the same way, wealth rarely comes in leaps. It compounds quietly. Yet most people quit when progress feels invisible. According to a 2024 Vanguard report, the average long-term investor who stays consistent for 10-plus years outperforms short-term traders by 83%. So patience isn't passive, it's persistence. It's saying, I trust the process, even when results aren't instant. The stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. Warren Buffett, keep showing up, keep saving, keep learning. One day, the invisible growth will become undeniable. Habit 11. Build in community, not isolation. Ants thrive because they move in unity. A single ant achieves little, but a colony can build empires underground. Financially, we need community too, mentors, accountability partners, networks. Surround yourself with people who talk about goals, not gossip, plans, not problems. According to a 2023 Forbes Wealth study, 80% of self-made millionaires credited a mastermind or mentorship group as vital to their success. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. African proverb, your environment shapes your endurance. Choose wisely whom you walk with. Habit 12. Reflect and recalibrate. Even ants change routes when a path is blocked. They adapt. Likewise, your financial journey requires reflection, asking periodically, what worked this season? What wasted resources? What must I improve before the next harvest? Journaling or reviewing finances monthly helps you adjust course early. According to a 2024 Intuit Mint survey, people who review budgets monthly are 2.5 times more likely to reach yearly financial goals. Reflection prevents stagnation. Recalibration fuels progress. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates, through reflection, you evolve. And when you evolve, your wealth becomes wisdom. Closing reflection, becoming the modern ant. As we close this journey, pause and imagine. A single ant, carrying a grain 10 times its weight. It doesn't complain. It doesn't boast. It just moves, purposeful, patient, prepared. That's the invitation for us. To live with foresight. To act with consistency. To gather with meaning. Financial stability isn't a destination, it's a discipline. And discipline, over time, turns ordinary people into extraordinary stewards. He who gathers in summer is a wise son. Proverbs 10 verse 5. So as you move forward, remember the wisdom of the ant. Start small, move daily, save quietly, build patiently, share generously. The race for financial stability isn't about speed. It's about seasons and the wisdom to prepare before they change. Final outro. Keep walking the ant's path. If this message spoke to you, if something inside you whispers, yes, it's time to prepare, to build, to gather with wisdom, then take that as your sign. The journey to financial peace doesn't start with $1 million. It starts with a mindset. It starts the moment you decide to act differently. To think like the ant, small steps, steady faith, daily discipline. You see, real wealth is not about money alone. It's about stability, purpose, and the quiet confidence that you can face tomorrow, unshaken. So, wherever you are right now, start. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Start small, but start strong. Here, on Thaddy's Wealth Journey, we grow through wisdom, not hype. We study timeless principles that lead to freedom, not just finance, but peace of mind. If you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe, not just to support the channel, but to stay connected to this growing family of thinkers, dreamers, and doers who are walking the quiet road to abundance. And remember, the ant never stops. Neither should you.